Hello, everybody. Good afternoon and happy 4th of July. Josh Eldridge here, welcoming you back to Champion Car Wash Field for another edition of Klamath Falls Falcons baseball on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com. The Falcons celebrating America's 250th anniversary on the field today against the Umpqua Junior Riverhawks. Both of these teams losing their last time out, so both looking to get back on the right foot today. Of course, the Falcons with a one-run loss against Vencer yesterday, and for this Junior Riverhawks ball club, they also picked up a loss yesterday against the Eugene Armadillos, a 9-5 loss for them. But both of these teams, by the looks of them, powerhouses to their own respect. The Junior Riverhawks, like I said, 24-16 on the season entering play today, and the Falcons are 18-3. As our coaches meet at home plate today, we'll step aside, and when we come back, I'll introduce you to today's starting lineups as we near first pitch at the 4th of July baseball tournament run by the Douglas County Baseball Association here at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. Back after 2 minutes on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Looking for insurance from someone who truly understands rural Klamath? Meet Gabby Haskins, a licensed agent for Country Financial, born and raised in Merrill, with deep roots in agriculture and the local way of life. Whether you're protecting your family farm, homes, vehicles, businesses, Gabby's here to help. She offers trusted, personalized insurance for farm, life, home, auto, commercial, and retirement needs at Gary Sheen's Country Financial office in Merrill. Stop by today and see why Merrill residents trust one of their own. Country Financial, here to help you experience more in Merrill.
Josh Eldridge back along with you today from Champion Car Wash Field. Again, happy 4th of July as we get ready for Falcons baseball this afternoon. Falcons taking on the Umpqua Junior Riverhawks today. They are the visitors. So let's go ahead and introduce you to them. Leading off for the Riverhawks is Tavitt Nelson, the shortstop. Right fielder Braden Balance is batting second. Hitting third is Riker Voss, the catcher, followed by the left fielder Weston Whitaker batting cleanup. Cobble Whitaker is at third base, hitting fifth. Batting sixth is Cooper Cornut in center field. Callan Kirkendall is the first baseman, hitting seventh. Batting eighth is Lane Graham, the pitcher. And Cade Baumgartner is the second baseman. He bats ninth today for the Riverhawks. They'll go up against Klamath Falls' Hunter Glidden on the mound. The lineup behind him goes like this. Carson Sims, the leadoff hitter, playing shortstop today. The third baseman, Colin Tacchini, bats second, followed by the catcher, Jacoby Tacchini, batting third. Ian Meyer hits cleanup today at first base, followed by Corbin Hamilton, the left fielder, batting fifth. Hitting sixth is the designated hitter, P.J. Safford. Trustin Thomas is in right field today, batting seventh. Hitting eighth is Ty Teeters at second base, and batting ninth is Harley Hoblet for the Falcons. And we are just about ready today. Let it be known, the Falcons in star-spangled uniforms today. They are wearing red, white, and blue tops this afternoon. The Junior Riverhawks today in their dark greens with gray pants. As we get started a few minutes ahead of schedule today, it's 12:57 at first pitch, 74 degrees here in Roseburg. Here's the pitch from Glidden. That one is called a strike. Missed what the first pitch was called there. I think the count is 1-1 as Glidden gets ready to deliver again to Tavitt Nelson. Here's the pitch. That one came in and hit him. That one got away from Glidden a little bit. A leadoff base runner here for the junior Riverhawks in the top of the first inning. Been a good tournament for him so far. Tavid Nelson, 4 for 8 on the tournament and getting on base again here for the junior Riverhawks. Brings up Braden Valance, the starting right fielder today for the Riverhawks, as he gets ready to face Hunter Glidden for the first time today. First pitch on the way, gets away from Takini. Glidden throws it in the turf, and advancing to second is Nelson. And already a runner in scoring position for the junior Riverhawks, as Valance has an opportunity to drive in an early run. Taking a look at the numbers on the season for Hunter Glidden. This is his 4th start of the year, 7th overall appearance. He's got a 5-0 record. He's given up 11 hits, 5 runs, only 2 earned though. He's walked 11 and struck out 35 on the season. But now has to work himself out of an early jam here with a 1-0 count and a runner in scoring position. Braden Valance at the plate here for the Riverhawks. The pitch is lifted into shallow center field. Carson Sims calls everybody off, makes the catch on the cut of the outfield grass, and there's 1 out in the first inning. So with that out, it brings up Riker Voss. Voss 3 for 8 on the weekend so far. He's scored twice for the junior Riverhawks. Again, they have won their first game of the weekend, lost yesterday 9-5 against the Eugene Armadillos, but again an opening win 11-1 against the Southern Oregon Hooks. Here's the first pitch to Riker Voss. It's going to miss upstairs, and the count is 1-0. After Voss in the order is Weston Whitaker. Glidden set again, and the pitch is going to miss upstairs. 2-0 the count. Modest lead off a second. And here's the pitch. That swung on and missed. Glidden trying to work back into this count. 2 balls and a strike against Riker Voss. Taking a look at the numbers for Voss on the season. A .310 hitter for the Riverhawks, who have played a ton of games already. And 24-16 is their overall record. Here's a fly ball into right center field. Harley Hoblet moves over to make the catch. No one tagging from second, so Nelson is going to stay put there, even if the throw back into the infield was a little wild. But regardless, 2 outs, and it brings up Weston Whitaker. So Whitaker now with Nelson in scoring position. As I was saying, though, for the Riverhawks, a lot of baseball. They started their season all the way back in March. And to be fair, kind of a rocky start in March. Only 3 wins in that month. But they really started to pick up once the summer began in late May and early June, as the first pitch is going to miss upstairs to Weston Whitaker. Counts 1-0. And then heading into this tournament, beginning on it was June 20th, winners of 9 straight coming into this tournament. And I think there's something to be said about a team that just plays a ton of baseball together. And even though they might be a younger bunch than the Falcons, the experience that they have together, again, winners of 9 straight coming into the tournament, there's something to be said about that. And here with an early opportunity to try to get a run across against Hunter Glidden. It's a 2-0 count to Weston Whitaker. And it's a bouncer to the left side, but it winds up foul. Counts 2-1. Defensively for the Falcons, Jacoby Takini's the catcher. Colin Takini's at third. Carson Sims is at shortstop. Ty Teeters at second. Ian Meyer plays first. Corbin Hamilton's in left. Harley Hoblet's in center. And Trustin Thomas is in right. It's a 2-1 count at the plate to Weston Whitaker. Glidden set and delivers the pitch. That one misses high and in. And the count is 3-1 to Whitaker, with Cobble Whitaker due up next. Batting here from the right side, Weston Whitaker. Glidden comes set to him. And now the pitch is going to be called a strike. That one in the up and in portion of the zone. Not a bad take there from Whitaker, especially when you're up in that count. But a good pitch by Glidden, confident to go up and in on the fastball when he's behind there. Now the count's full. Here's the pitch. It is hit foul off to the right side and out of play. So count remains 3-2. Whitaker 2 for 8 on the weekend so far. 3 RBIs, though, as the Riverhawks have split their first 2 games this weekend. 3-2, the pitch. That one is fisted out towards second base. Teeters charging, plays it on a hop. The throw to first is going to be in time. So after the leadoff base runner gets into scoring position, Glidden is able to strand him. And we go to the bottom of the first scoreless on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
Getting set now for the bottom of the first inning here at the Douglas County Baseball Association's 4th of July tournament here on the great holiday, celebrating America's 250th anniversary with a bit of America's pastime. Get set for the bottom of the first inning. Carson Sims, Colin Tacchini, Jacoby Tacchini do up this half inning against Lane Graham for the junior Riverhawks. Taking a look at him so far this year, it's his 4th start on the season. It's his 9th overall appearance. He's pitched 17 and a third innings, allowing 17 hits, 13 runs, although only 6 earned. He has walked 12 and struck out 15, an ERA of 2.42 coming into play today as he gets ready to face Carson Sims, and Sims takes a strike to lead off the inning. Sims is having a good weekend so far, 4 for 7 on the event, an RBI and a run scored. He's been able to jump on early counts and get on base. Here he takes a pitch low, 1-1 for Sims. Gotta love how the Falcons are wearing red, white, and blue today. I don't know if they just decided wear whichever one you want, or if it's coordinated. I don't think they're all even. Hold that thought. Sims hits one in the air, center field. That's going to drop down in front of Cornut, the center fielder, and then hop over his head and continue to roll. Sims turning around second. They're going to hold him at third. Might have had an opportunity to make it go the distance, but Sims with a leadoff triple to start the ball game. And the Falcons are in good position as Colin Tacchini gets ready to step in now. For Carson Sims on the season, that is his 2nd triple of the season, so long as it stands as a triple and not in addition to an error. We'll check in on the score here in just a moment. First pitch swinging is hit in the air, shallow center field. The shortstop, Nielsen, makes the catch. And there's one out in the inning. By the way, that was ruled a triple. And so Sims, with now 1 out, stands at third, and it brings up Jacoby Tacchini.
The next batter, number 19, Jacoby Tacchini.
Tacchini on the weekend so far, 2 for 5, an RBI. Here's the first pitch to him, and it's taken for a ball low. Count is 1-0 to Jacoby. After him in the order is Ian Meyer. Yesterday for the Falcons, a 3-2 loss against Vencer's Scout. Tacchini rips that one hard to left field, but foul. And the count is 1-1. Falcons left 6 guys in scoring position yesterday in a 1-run loss, and in an early opportunity, they had a leadoff triple. Like to see them convert here. Tacchini watches that one miss in, works ahead here, 2 balls and a strike. And who better to try to do it than the team leader in the RBI category? Jacoby Tacchini comes in today, 31 runs batted in. He takes an inside pitch there and works ahead 3-1. Almost no lead off a third for Sims as Graham comes set. quickly delivers the pitch, and Takini hits it into the gap into left center field. That'll get down, maybe for a double. Takini a turnaround first, but he'll settle for just an RBI single as the Falcons are on the board 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Ian Meyer getting ready to step in now for Klamath Falls as he bats the runner at first, and one out in the inning. The pitch from Graham is a bouncer to the left side of the infield. Up with it is Whitaker at third, throws to second for one, but that is all that the Riverhawks will get as Meyer is safe at first on the fielder's choice, and Takini is out trying to advance to second on the play. And so still a runner at first now, though, with 2 outs for Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton 2 for 6 on the weekend, trying to keep a first inning rally alive for the Falcons, already 1 run home this half. Here's the pitch from Graham. Loops it in for a strike. Good pitch to get ahead of Hamilton. Hamilton struck out twice yesterday in the loss, and also once in the opener in the win. So look for him to maybe try to jump on some early pitches here. Just try to see the ball and hit the ball maybe as he works 1-1 in the count. Trying to break himself out of a slump here today. The pitch is taken for a ball away, 2-1. On deck after Corbin Hamilton is P.J. Safford. Hamilton looks down to third base, gets the signs from Coach Sean Teeters down there. Down at first is Coach Caleb Keelan. In the dugout, Craig Connor and Joe Takini. Hamilton swings and misses at the high pitch there, 2-2. They have to choke up here and defend. Meyer a modest lead off of first, about 2.5 steps. Graham set, now the pitch. Nearly hits Hamilton. The throw down to try to get Meyer at second is not going to be there. The throw is good, but the tag, Meyer was just in front of it. So Steele in second there as the count runs full, 3-2. Not a bad throw from Voss at all from behind home plate. Meyer got a good jump. RBI opportunity for Corbin Hamilton here early in this one. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. And the Riverhawks get out of the inning having only allowed 1 after the leadoff triple. The Falcons get 2 base hits and the lead as we go to the top of the second inning on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Rob, why do you think so many families choose Subaru here?
Because they're built for real life here in Southern Oregon.
All-wheel drive, safety, and room for everything from kids to camping gear.
And we've got Subarus in stock, ready to go when you are.
Plus, we're locally owned and deeply involved in the community.
When you buy from us, you buy from a dealership that supports Klamath Falls. Stop by and say hi.
Friendly, local, and easy to work with. That's us at Klamath Falls Subaru, right on Washburn Way.
Getting set for the top of the second inning here on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com. The Falcons lead 1-0, and it's the middle of the junior Riverhawks order. Cobble Whitaker, Cooper Cordnut, and Callan Kirkendall. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup. So I think I figured out maybe the coordination here for the Falcons. All the infielders in white, the outfielders in blue, pitcher, catcher in red. Good look there. Couldn't tell when they were up to bat, but now seeing him out there again and trying to look for it. Good call, guys. It's good coordination there. The count is 1-0 here to Whitaker. This one is hit left side behind third base. Takini trying to fight the sun in foul territory, and he does. And a nice job there to make the catch for the first down in the second. So after Whitaker goes down, it brings up Cooper Cordnut for the junior Riverhawks.
Next batter, number 6, Cooper Cordnut.
gets ready to face Hunter Glidden here as a team this season. The Junior Riverhawks batting .323 as a squad. Here's a fly ball to right field, and the Falcons nearly collide with each other, Hoblet and Teeters, but I believe Teeters is the one who came away with it. Called it off at the last moment and made the catch, backpedaling into center field. Quickly, 2 outs in the second inning. Brings up Callan Kirkendall. Kirkendall on the season batting .360. What I was saying for the Riverhawks, played 41 games and they've scored over 300 runs this season. They score a lot. They hit for a good average. As the first pitch misses in there to Kirkendall, 1-0. Glidden works here against the lefty. And like I said, you play a lot of baseball together. You just feel like you can go out there and win. And so I think a lot of confidence in that third base dugout today. This one's hit in the air, left side, looks to be in foul territory, and it is just bent foul. I think the same could be said for the Falcons. Most of these guys obviously played together in the prep season, or at least did last summer as well. 18-3, they've also won a lot of ball games. But just for the sake of trying to prove that this ball club can play, you look at the schedule, you see a 14U club on the schedule, and you think what you might think, but this Riverhawks team has put together a really impressive resume when you really look at it. The count is 2 balls and a strike to Callan Kirkendall. Pardon me, I believe it's 1 ball and a strike to Kirkendall. 2 outs, top of the second inning. Klamath Falls leads 1-0. Set is Glidden. And here's the pitch. That one misses outside. 2-1 the count. After Kirkendall in the order, it's Lane Graham. Kirkendall this weekend 2 for 3 and a run scored. Here's the 2-1 from Glidden. That one misses away. And I was right earlier. It was 2-1 and 3-1, and now there's the walk. So a 2-out walk issued to Kirkendall brings up Lane Graham. Graham, the starting pitcher today for the Junior Riverhawks, and actually taking his first at-bat of the weekend. Looking to help himself out a little bit here with 2 outs in the inning and his team down by a run. And although this is his first bat today, he does hit .303 on the season. Pardon me, first at-bat of the weekend, he hits .303 on the season. Bit of a smaller sample size, though, 10 for 33. All of his hits have been singles. He does have 6 RBIs, though. Count is 1-0 as Jacoby Takini comes out and has a chat with Hunter Glidden. All right, Takini returns behind home plate there. And it looks like we're ready to go. Glidden now working out of the stretch with 2 outs in the inning. Again, a 1-0 count to Lane Graham. And the pitch is hit to left field. Hamilton moves over into the gap and makes the catch to end the second inning. A 2-out walk won't hurt the Falcons here as we go to the bottom half in a 1-0 ball game on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations that deserve real attention. They specialize in minimally invasive procedures, helping you heal faster and get back to your life, your family, your work. And they are here for the long term, not just one visit. No referrals needed, just care that truly shows up for you. Visit heartfeltobgyn.com or call 541-205-6890. Heartfelt OBGYN, expert care when it matters most.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
Set here for the bottom half of the second inning on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. The Klamath Falls Falcons lead the Junior Riverhawks 1-0. P.J. Safford, Trustin Thomas, and Ty Teeters do up this half for the fellas in red, white, and blue today. Safford getting ready to step in. He didn't get a chance to hit yesterday when he had the start against Vencer, but He did hit in the opener, and when he did, he was 0 for 3 with a run scored was Safford as he gets ready to settle in here against Graham. First pitch, he's going to miss wide, 1-0. Safford back in as the DH today. Hidden, of course, for the pitcher, Hunter Glidden. Safford awaits the 1-0. Here it comes from Graham. That one drops in for a strike. Nice frame-up job by the catcher, Voss. Maybe grabbing one for his pitcher there. Count is even now to P.J. Safford. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside, and the count is 2-1 to Safford. Working a more patient at-bat here. And again, Trustin Thomas is on deck. Safford on the season, batting .326 for Klamath Falls. Here's the pitch. Safford hits that one foul. The count is 2 balls and a strike on PJ. All right, Safford digging back in here, trying to get the Falcons leadoff base runner. It was Sims who led off the first with a triple. Falcons were able to push him across. Safford here pokes one to the right side. It's just foul. And so the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes against PJ Safford. All of his hits this season have been singles, but he's made them count for 10 RBIs. He's also scored 14 runs this season for the Falcons. Here's the 2-2 again. Another curveball. This time Safford sits on it, lifts it into shallow right field. A diving catch. No, it just pops free from Valence's glove. A great effort, but I think when he made contact with the turf, it popped free. And so Safford gets on with the leadoff single in the second, and it brings up Trustin Thomas.
Next batter, number 5, Trustin Thomas.
Third hit of the day here for Klamath Falls in the second inning. Thomas stepping in now, still looking for his first hit of the weekend, 0 for 6. The pitch home to him is going to miss up. Count is 1-0 to Thomas. On the season, batting .260. Was on a hot streak coming in. That road trip the Falcons took last week. Trustin Thomas really broke out during that week. But in the return trip home and ever since this weekend as well, looking to re-find that rhythm that he had a week ago. But sometimes that's just how baseball goes, hot streaks and cold streaks and the like. But Thomas here working ahead in the count. Graham's going to have to offer him up something sooner or later as Safford leads off a first here. Nobody out in the inning. Pitch from Graham. Taken for a strike. About knee-high over the plate. Good location there from Graham. Counts 2-1. Trying to wait for a pitch up. Want to avoid the double play here. The middle infield ready for it for the Riverhawks. Graham takes a look over at first. Ready to deliver home in the 2-1. That pitch finds the outside part against Trustin Thomas. Now he has to protect with 2 strikes on him. After Thomas in the order, it's Ty Teeters for the Falcons. Voss delivers the sign. And now the pitch is hit foul towards the Riverhawks dugout. Looks like everyone's all right. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Like I said, it's a wonderful day today here in Roseburg. Wind blowing, looks like kind of in a little bit from center field. 385 to straightaway center field. 320 towards either line here at Champion Car Wash Field. The artificial turf surface is both in the infield and the outfield. Unlike some other places we've been, it's all turf here as Thomas takes a pitch outside. 3-2. Working a good at-bat here against Lane Graham after Safford's leadoff single in the bottom of the second. And the Falcons do carry a 1-run lead against the junior Riverhawks. Graham, the 3-2. It's lifted left side, and I believe out of play foul. And so again, a 3-2 count. I thought I might have heard someone call time, but I don't think I did. Oh, was it? Oh, balk. Balk before the pitch. Okay, I thought I heard someone say something. Safford moves up to second on the balk. And I had thought maybe earlier that Graham had been not fully coming set. I saw that when Sims was on third. Not exactly sure what the base umpire saw, but maybe it was that. Regardless, count still 3-2 at the plate to Trustin Thomas. And now Safford's in scoring position. Here's the pitch. That one's hit in the air to left field. Whitaker having to go a long way, but he makes the catch. Safford stays put at second, and there's one out in the inning. Brings up Ty Teeters.
Next batter, number 7, Ty Teeters.
Teeters on the season batting .404 for the Falcons, but this weekend just 1 for 7 at the plate. Trying to drive in an RBI. Safford not much of a lead off of second. The second baseman, Baumgartner, trying to keep him close over there. And the first pitch is hit in the air to right. Looks playable for Valance. And he makes the grab. Safford now tagging from second to third. The throw is not going to get him. Very close play, and you can hear the reaction. And they're going to say that Safford was safe. Very close play at third. So Teeters out on the sacrifice, and it brings up Harley Hoblet now with a runner at third and 2 outs.
15,
Hoblet looking for an RBI here, see if the Falcons can push this run across after Safford led off the inning with the single. First pitch swinging for Hoblet behind first base. That is caught in foul territory by the first baseman, Kirkendall. And the Riverhawks avoid that run anyway. It's still a one-run ball game as we go to the top of the third next on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Top of the third inning, the Klamath Falls Falcons lead the junior Riverhawks 1-0. Due up this half inning. For the Riverhawks, it's 9-1-2 in their order. Cade Baumgartner, Tavitt Nielsen, and Braden Valance. Baumgartner this weekend is 1 for 5, 2 runs scored and an RBI. Trying to get something started this half for the Riverhawks. The pitch is going to miss upstairs. 1-0 the count. Hunter Glidden still out there for the Falcons. Got through the second and the first without allowing a base hit, although runners on in each of those 2 innings. Glidden delivers with the 1-0. That one is fouled back into the umpire. I think he's going to be okay, as I want to give him just a moment. All right, he's waving everybody off, says he's good. Gives his fellow umpire a thumbs up, and the count's a ball and a strike. Nice couple of claps coming out. He deserves it. That was a quick recovery for taking one off the mask. All right, Glidden set with the 1-1. And here's the pitch. Off speed, drops it in for a strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch to get ahead of Baumgartner. Starting second baseman today for the junior Riverhawks. Glidden's got 2 strikes on him. Here's the pitch. Another curveball got him chasing there. An opening strikeout to start the third inning. First strikeout of the day for Glidden. And that'll turn the lineup card over for the junior Riverhawks for the first time today. Here comes Tavitt Nielsen. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning.
25, Tavitt Nielsen.
Having a great event so far. 4 for 8 on the weekend as Glidden delivers the pitch. Here's a bouncer right back to Glidden. He'll take it over to first base. 1 pitch and 1 gone. Nielsen goes away, and it brings up Braden Valance. Valance 0 for 1 in this one so far. Flew out to shortstop in the first inning. Valance on the season batting .300 for the junior Riverhawks. 2 outs in the inning. And Glidden comes set with the pitch. Here it comes. Nice one to get ahead there. Thigh high over the heart of the plate. And the count is 0-1. Takini delivers the sign once more. Glidden obliges. The pitch, that time misses up and in. And the count is even, 1-1. Valance 2 for 5 this weekend. An RBI as well as a couple of runs scored for him. Infield plays back for the Falcons. And here's the 1-1. Curveball beautifully broken off there by Glidden. And he uses it to get ahead. A ball and 2 strikes in the top of the 3rd inning. Falcons lead 1-0. The pitch from Glidden is swung on and missed. Goes curveball again and uses it to get the strikeout. The Riverhawks 3 up, 3 down in the 3rd. They trail the Falcons 1-0. Bottom half of the 3rd next on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, the Klamath Falls Falcons lead the junior Riverhawks 1-0, and the Falcons get the top of their order due up. Carson Sims, Colin Takini, and Jacoby Takini. These 3 were able to get a run across in the 1st inning. Sims led off the inning with a triple, and then Takini later singled him in. Jacoby Takini, that is. And so far, that stands as the only run of the ball game. Sims gets ready to lead off against Lane Graham, who got out of the 2nd inning relatively unscathed. Safford led off the inning with a single, advanced to 2nd, advanced to 3rd, then on the sacrifice, Sims hits one hard, left field line, foul. Counts 0-1. Got that runner to 3rd, but couldn't get him all the way across. Falcons trying to add to this lead here. Runs have been tough to come by this weekend for the Falcons. A 4-0 win on the 1st day, a 3-2 loss on the 2nd day, and well, yeah, 6 runs across 2 games. It's not bad, but it's certainly not where the Falcons would like to be for a team that, you look at what they do to teams in their own league, 12-1, 13-3, 10-3, 14-1, 12-1. So, again, they've been playing competitive games here, which is good, but something they're not maybe accustomed to is being stopped like they have been so far this week. And I think some of it comes down to not a lot of extra base hits. The Falcons rack up extra base hits when they're, especially at home and in league play, but so far this weekend, only 3 extra base hits across 3 games. Sims hits one into the gap, but it looks like Valance has enough room to move over and make the catch for the out.
Next batter, number 1, Colin Takini.
Sims had that triple earlier today. Colin Takini, who's stepping in now, had a double earlier in the weekend. He's 2 for 7, though. I suppose 2 for 8 with the fly out earlier. Scored a couple of runs, and the other double went to Harley Hoblet. Those are all the extra base hits this weekend for the Falcons. The first pitch is called a strike to Colin Takini. Falls behind here 0-1. 0-1 pitch on the way. Here it comes. That's a bouncer towards the left side of the infield. Whitaker on a hop, throws across the diamond in time. And there's 2 outs in the 3rd. Brings up Jacoby Takini.
Next batter, number 19, Jacoby Takini.
Takini singled in a run in the 1st inning, and then was out on a fielder's choice trying to advance to 2nd. Here's the first pitch to him. Taken upstairs, maybe a touch outside for a ball. 1-0 the count to Jacoby. Ian Meyer is on deck if the inning continues. Bottom of the 3rd, Falcons lead by a run. Here's the pitch. That one misses down and in to Takini. 2 balls and no strikes. The Falcons catcher, 2 previous hits this weekend. And the pitch is going to hit him. Yeah, I believe it did hit him. And so Tacchini gets a free pass there with 2 outs in the inning, and it brings up Ian Meyer. Meyer reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Bats here with a runner on and 2 outs. His team leads by a run. Meyer on the season has been one of the more productive hitters for the Falcons. Still leads the squad in average, .516 average on the year, but so far this week, 0 for 7. He lifts one into the air, right side, foul territory. The first baseman giving chase, but running out of room near the fence, and the count is 0-1. Meyer does have a run scored, though, reached earlier in the weekend on a fielder's choice and would come in to score, so he's been able to at least add a run. But again, no hits yet on the weekend for Meyer. "29 singles, 4 doubles for Ian this year, 17 RBI, and 24 runs scored for that number. That's second most on the team for Ian. Count to him is 0-1, and the pitch. Runner is on the move. The throw down is going to short hop and wind up in center field. They're going to allow Chase Barrett to advance to third as he came in as a courtesy runner for Jacoby Tacchini. And so a stolen base, and then advancing on that throw is Chase Barrett in as the runner for Tacchini. And so now the Falcons have a runner at third, and an error charged there against the catcher Voss. Here's the pitch home. Is hit to the right side, but foul. I believe the count is a ball and 2 strikes to Ian Meyer. After Meyer in the order, if the inning continues, it's Corbin Hamilton for the Falcons. All right, I think... Oh, had to get the foul ball out of play down there. So I think we're just about ready. Meyer back in. Here's the pitch. Curveball hit to center field. Cornnut is going to let that one drop down in front of him. And an RBI single for Ian Meyer, and the Falcons lead at 2-0. Barrett touches home there. And it brings up Corbin Hamilton. Good piece of 2-strike hitting there for Ian. The Falcons extend their lead. Corbin Hamilton stepping in 0 for 1 today. Struck out in the first inning. On the season, a .411 hitter, and he takes ball 1 away. Hamilton working ahead here. Safford due up next in the Falcons order if they continue this inning. Good job getting that run across. Being aggressive about it were the Falcons. After 2 quick outs, Jacoby Tacchini was hit by a pitch. Barrett came in as a runner for him, stole second, advanced on an error, which just happens to go in the favor of the Falcons, and then scoring on the RBI single there from Ian Meyer. Aggressiveness on the base paths leads to a run that time. Here's the pitch home. Misses away. I believe the count is 2. No, they're going to say 3-0. The count to Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton, a couple of hits on the weekend, 2 for 7. Takes that one upstairs and works a 4-pitch walk. Showing patience there, does the team leader in walks this season. That's free pass number 21 for Corbin. It also moves Ian Meyer into scoring position and brings up P.J. Safford, but not before we get a meeting on the mound for the junior Riverhawks. As they discuss things, we'll remind you today's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you in part by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. They exist to provide a clean, multi-use facility for the advancement of health, wellness, and longevity to their members and the community. We invite you to join Harbor Isles, where they feature top-of-the-line equipment, full-service personal training, and an array of group exercise classes. Score 2-0, the Falcons lead.
Down there.
And
hello.
Looks like the meeting on the mound is concluded, and Safford getting ready to step back in. Safford singled his first time up. That was in the second inning as he takes strike 1 here. he would wind up stranded at third base in the second inning. Ball's behind of Lane Graham after a quick chat with his pitching coach. We'll see what kind of adjustments, if any, Graham has made. This time he tries to get across a breaking pitch that Safford fouls off, and quickly there's 2 strikes on him. Safford going to look to shorten up the swing and try to drive something here, get a couple of guys across. Again, Meyer in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Safford grounds one to first. Up with it is the first baseman, Kirkendall, and he takes it to the bag himself for the out. The Falcons do add a run after the RBI single from Ian Meyer, and they lead 2-0 as we go to the top half of inning number 4 next on mybasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Josh Eldridge back with you here on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. The Klamath Falls Falcons lead the Umpqua Riverhawks a score of 2-0. We'll check on the line score for each of these two teams here. The Falcons have built their 2-run lead on 4 hits. They've committed no errors. And for the Riverhawks, no runs, no hits, 1 error for them.
First batter for the Riverhawks to lead off the top of the 4th, number 13, Riker Voss.
Riker Voss, Weston Whitaker, and Cobble Whitaker do up this half inning for the junior Riverhawks as Glidden, still on the bump, starts out behind Riker Voss. He's 3 for 9 this tournament. Had a good opening game, 1 for 4, 2 RBIs in the event for the Riverhawks. That was their win against the Southern Oregon Hooks to lead off the event on Thursday. Count is 2-0 as Glidden delivers to Riker Voss. Hits that one to left field. Hamilton having to run backwards, but is able to find himself underneath it to make the catch. So 1 gone in the inning, and here is Weston Whitaker for the junior Riverhawks.
Number 16, Weston Whitaker.
Whitaker was 0 for yesterday in the loss, but in the win against the Southern Oregon Hooks on Thursday, 1 for 3 with an RBI. As Glidden comes set to deliver to him with 1 out in the inning. First pitch called a strike. Nice knee-high fastball there for Glidden. Uses it to get ahead 0-1. Weston Whitaker on the season is the team's second leading hitter, a .374 average as he fouls off the 0-1 pitch, and the count is 0-2. Starting in left field today is Weston Whitaker. Glidden set, and here he comes with the 0-2. Roller to third, up with it is Takini, and he throws to Meyer in first, or in time at first, I suppose, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Makes Whitaker 0 for 2 today, and it brings up Cobble Whitaker. Whitaker also flew out in the second inning, still looking for his first hit of the weekend. Here's the pitch. Waves and misses at that one. The count is 0-1. Glidden going off speed to get ahead of Cobble Whitaker here. It brings up Cooper Cordnut next if the inning continues. The 0-1 from Glidden is looked at away for a ball, 1-1. Cobble Whitaker batting .213 on the season, the third baseman today for the Riverhawks. The 1-1 pitch home is off speed and rolled foul down the left side. Count is a ball and 2 strikes to Whitaker. Here's the 1-2. This is upstairs, 2-2. Try to check the pitch count here for Hunter Glidden in just a moment. He's been fairly efficient to this point. The 2-2 on pitch number 45 is hit down the line to left field. That'll almost certainly be extra bases. How far will Whitaker take it? He's getting to second. That one rolled all the way into the corner. And we'll wind up with just a standing double. But for the first hit of the game with 2 outs in the inning, getting some life into the Riverhawks fans in attendance today. The Umpqua Riverhawks, although they're the road team today via coin toss, certainly have the most fans in attendance today as they play their home games here. And Cooper Cornut a chance at an RBI to try to bring the Riverhawks within 1. Glidden ready to deliver the pitch. Here it comes. That one misses outside. The count is 1-0. For Whitaker, that is his 4th double of the season. He stands in scoring position with 2 outs in the top of the 4th, the game in which his team trails 2-0. The pitch from Glidden. Nice curveball. Uses it to even the count. A ball and a strike to Cooper Cornut. 1 for 7 on the weekend. A couple of runs scored for him. No RBI yet, but a golden opportunity here in the top of the 4th. Pitch from Glidden. Checks his swing on a pitch in the turf. They're going to say he did not go around. No check to the base umpire. Probably agree with them there. So the count's 2-1. Glidden here against Cornut. Callan Kirkendall is up next for the Riverhawks. That one hit hard but foul off to the right side. 2-2 over towards the uncovered bleachers right above the dugout. So much seating here at Champion Car Wash Field. You want to sit in the sun on the bleachers, you can do that. You want to sit under the cover in the shade, that's nice too. There's some great concessions, a great place to watch a baseball game. The 2-2 home. Curveball misses in. Cornut nearly bent into that one. Thought it was going to be up by his head at first and then ducked. The curveball almost hit him on top of the head. It had so much spin on it, but now the count is full. Glidden trying to escape this inning without allowing that run to come across. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It is hit into the air, right side foul territory. It is just out of reach of Meyer, out of play. And the count remains 3-2. A battle brewing here in the 4th inning between Cooper Cornut and Hunter Glidden. Cornut trying to push across the first run for the Riverhawks today. Standing in second, Cobble Whitaker after the 2-out double. Glidden gets the sign in from Jacoby Tacchini. Shakes him off at first, but now is agreeable. We had timeout at the plate as Glidden might have taken too long for Cornut to select the pitch. But now we'll do it again. 3-2. Glidden quick to come set now. And here it comes. 3-2. Grounder to second. Teeters up with it cleanly. The throw to first is in time, and they leave a runner in scoring position stranded in the 4th inning. Despite the 2-out double from Cobble Whitaker. The Falcons lead by a pair as we go to the bottom of the 4th on mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides, or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
Bottom third of the Falcons order due up in the bottom half of the fourth inning, a game in which they lead the Umpqua Junior Riverhawks 2-0. So Trustin Thomas, Ty Teeters, and Harley Hoblet against Lane Graham, continuing to work out there for the Junior Riverhawks. We'll check the line score for him as he gets ready to face Trustin Thomas today. So far for Graham, 3 innings pitched, 4 hits. 2 runs have come across, but only 1 earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 1 so far today. Here's the first pitch to Trustin Thomas, looped in for a strike. That's what you can say about Graham today. He's worked ahead of hitters mostly. He's only allowed that 1 walk through 3 innings today. As a pitch misses upstairs, 1-1. And even if you work even with the count, the guy 1-1, just being ahead 0-1 at first, it's the most important pitch in baseball. Graham's been able to make it more often than not today. Thomas hits 1 foul down the left side, and the count to him is 1-2. And for a guy who, after looking at his stats, looked like he's mostly come in relief appearances, he's thrown well in the first 3 innings of a start today against the Falcons. Pitch to Thomas, lifted into the air, in the infield, right side of the pitcher's mound. The first baseman having to dodge Thomas hustling down the line, but Kirkendall makes the catch, and there's 1 out in the 4th inning. So now it brings up Ty Teeters for the Falcons with 1 gone. Teeters hit a sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning, and so getting a second look against Lane Graham. Curveball misses in, 1-0. After Teeters, it's Harley Hoblet. Pitch to Teeters. Bouncer towards short. And Nielsen boots it at first, recovers. The throw to first is still in time. Good recovery by Nielsen. Didn't make the play cleanly, but stuck with it and got the out. So with 2 outs in the inning, it's Harley Hoblet due up for the Falcons. He's 0 for 1 today. Flew out to first base in the 2nd inning. All right, first pitch to Hoblet. Curveball, checks his swing, but it's a called strike around the knees to Hoblet. 0-1 the count to Harley. 1 for 5 on the weekend, including an extra base hit. His only hit of the weekend so far went for 2 bases. Hoblet pulls back a bunt attempt, 1-1. Hoblet batting from the right side, wrapping up his freshman season at Henley High School this last year. He gets ahead here 2-1. Multi-sport athlete for the Hornets. Otherwise, a varsity basketball player for him as well. Played some good minutes for them. Just one of the young up-and-comers we think probably expect quite a bit from in the future as Hoblet wears that one and is a 2-out base runner for the Falcons. Carson Sims due up next for the Falcons. And you could see a guy like Hoblet taking a similar path that Carson did, which was you spend your freshman season kind of up and down between JV and varsity. You know, for Sims' part, projecting this on Hoblet, hopefully for his own sake, have a breakout sophomore year and continue to grow your junior year. Carson going into his senior season, garnishing interest from different colleges around the state, and has performed well this weekend. 5 for 9, 2 runs scored, an RBI, and on the season, batting .386 for the Falcons. He works ahead of the pitcher here, 1-0. Hoblet on the move on a bouncer to third, but it goes foul. Count is a ball and a strike to Carson. And again, kind of mirrors Hoblet in that sense of plays 2 varsity sports, baseball and basketball. Carson gets ready to step back in with Hoblet aboard and 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. Sims hits one in the air, right side foul territory. But just running out of room was Kirkendall and Voss, who gave chase. There's 2 strikes here on Sims. After Sims in the order, if it continues, it's Colin Tacchini due up next for the Falcons. And Carson stepping back in here. Shortens up the stroke a little bit with 2 strikes on him. 1-2 the count to Sims. Here's the pitch. It misses up. Hoblett's on the move. The throw down winds up in center field. Hoblett gets up and tries to run for third. The throw is never going to come as it kind of died out there trying to roll out into center field. So Hoblett going all the way to third, and it's a 2-2 count to Sims at the plate. 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch home. Grounder through the left side and an RBI single for Carson Sims. The Falcons' lead grows to 3-0 on the RBI there. And in steps Colin Tacchini with a runner on first now and still 2 outs in the inning. For Sims, RBI number 14 on the season. And in steps Colin Tacchini. Tacchini 0 for 2 today, and we'll see if this third time through the order the Falcons start to recognize more of Lane Graham. Sims just had his third at-bat. This is Colin's third chance against Graham today, and we'll see if that has any merit now as Graham, again, works through this dangerous Falcons order for the third time today. First pitch in. Here it comes. Tacchini taken all the way and takes a look at strike 1 on the outside part. Colin on the season batting .391 for the Falcons. He's got 9 singles and 9 extra base hits to make up 18 knocks in 46 tries this year. Graham takes a look at the runner at first. That's Sims. Sims on the move. The pitch is called a ball. The throw down to get Carson is not in time. And he is in safely. It's 1-1. The count to Colin Tacchini. For Carson, that is his 10th stolen base this year. He leads the team in that category. He hasn't been caught yet. Here's the pitch home. That one is hit in the air, center field. Cornnut hardly has to move to get underneath it and make the catch to end the inning. But the Falcons add a run on the RBI single from Carson Sims. They lead 3-0 going to the top half of the 5th next on MyBasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever. Wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Top of the 5th inning, the Klamath Falls Falcons lead the Umpqua Junior Riverhawks a score of 3-0. Due up this half for the Junior Riverhawks is Callan Kirkendall, Lane Graham, and Cade Baumgartner. Still against Hunter Glidden for the Falcons. We can check on the line score for Hunter through 4 innings of work today. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Obviously no runs. Still working with the shutout is Glidden.
Top of the 5th inning, number 33, Callan Kirkendall.
So Kirkendall ready to step in here. He's without an official at-bat today. He walked his first time up earlier today, and where's this one? And Kirkendall aboard to lead off the 5th inning. Sounded like it caught him right there above the belt as he turned his back. What's that? Oh, that's what the sound was, bouncing off his sliding glove. Okay. Yeah, that sounded pretty firm. All right, meeting on the mound here for the Falcons infield. But it looks like they part ways. Glidden still on the hill here as he gets ready to face Lane Graham for the second time today. Graham 0 for 1, flew out to left field in the second inning. Glidden set with the pitch, and that one misses outside. 1-0 the count. Graham working well on the mound today, giving up 3 runs, but has still remained efficient. Hasn't let anything get out from under his control today as he swings and misses at the 1-0 pitch, 1-1. Leadoff base runner for the second time today for the junior Riverhawks. They also led off the game by being hit by a pitch and leaving Tavitt Nielsen in scoring position that time around. Grounder to short, Sims charging in, throws off balance across the diamond, tag applied at first. A great play by Sims, tag applied by Meyer, and they get the out. Advancing to second base was Kirkendall, but a great play by Sims at short. And every day, Sims just looks more and more comfortable at that position. He played second base last season and all throughout the prep year. This is the first time he's had to play a lot of games at short, and like I said, I mean, every day just gets better at that position. Here's the pitch. The bunt is popped foul by Baumgartner. Count to him is 0-1. And I think it really doesn't come as much surprise knowing that Sims can play that shortstop position. Just one of the more athletic kids that you'll ever see come through for Henley High School as he looks to hold the runner Kirkendall at second. Now the pitch home, trying to show bunt. The pitch misses upstairs, 1-1. Baumgartner 0 for 1, struck out in the third inning. Lineup turns over next with Tavitt Nielsen on deck. Counts even, a ball and a strike to Baumgartner. And timeout is called as Coach Craig Connor wants time. Not sure if we're going to be seeing a pitching change here for the Falcons. I don't think I saw anyone warming up. I don't see anybody waiting their turn coming out of the dugout. But as they meet out there, we'll remind you today's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you in part by Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance. They use a modern and research-backed approach to physical therapy to ensure you see both a reduction in pain and enhanced mobility, getting you back to peak levels of optimal health and wellness. Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance has been treating athletes of all ages since 2020. All right, so Glidden sticks around. Callan Kirkendall is at second. And it is a 1-1 count to Cade Baumgartner with 1 out, top of the 5th, ending the Falcons' lead. The junior Riverhawks 3-0. Another bunt attempt and another foul ball. Now there's 2 strikes on Baumgartner. Likely bunt is off. And he'll be swinging away, so the infield will back up a hair and prepare for a 2-strike offering to Cade Baumgartner. Glidden looking in, shakes off Takini once, now comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back, and 2 strikes remain on the junior Riverhawks second baseman. Still one more day left of the Douglas County Baseball Association's 4th of July tournament for both of these teams. Tomorrow the Falcons will play at 10 a.m. against the Southern Oregon Hooks. An early go-home game for the Falcons. The junior Riverhawks play tomorrow at 4 o'clock. They play the Roseburg Pepsi. 2-strike offering again to Baumgartner. That one misses outside. 2-2. Falcons, for their part, then return home on Tuesday for a league doubleheader against the South Medford Colts. 5 o'clock first pitch back at Kiger Stadium. 2-2. The pitch is going to miss up, and Glidden runs the count full to Cade Baumgartner. Again, Baumgartner struck out earlier, 1 for 6 this weekend. Has a couple of runs scored and an RBI, but you'd like to face Tavitt Nelson with 2 outs and 1 on, rather than 1 out and 2 on at the top of the order for the Riverhawks. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Glidden will be able to do just that after getting the strikeout on Baumgartner, bringing up Tavitt Nielsen with 1 on and 2 outs. Nielsen was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 4 RBIs in the first game for the Riverhawks. Even yesterday, 1 for 4 and a run scored. That pitch gets away from Takini, a wild pitch. is going to advance Kirkendall to third, and Jacoby Takini comes out and has a chat with Hunter Glidden. In the meantime, the batter, Tavid Nielsen, a chat with his third base coach. RBI opportunity and a chance for the Riverhawks to get on the board here in the top of the fifth inning in a 3-0 ball game. Nobody better here for the Riverhawks. The team's leading hitter coming into play today. His good play didn't only begin at this 4th of July weekend tournament. He bats .451 for the junior Riverhawks. The curveball, Glidden uses it to run the count even, a ball and a strike. Nielsen also has 5 triples. That leads the team 13 doubles, 39 RBI. These are all team-leading statistics for him. The 1-1 misses upstairs, 2-1. Gets on base 53% of the time, a 1220 OPS. I mean, just an outstanding resume for Nielsen this season. The 2-1 pitch is taken low, and the count is 3-1. Tahini trying to calm down Glidden a little bit. Braden Valance is due up next for the Riverhawks if the inning continues, but Glidden toes the rubber behind in this count. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch, and it's a walk. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. Here's Valance. No one active in the Falcons bullpen just yet. As Jacoby Takini comes out, issues some signs to his infield with runners at the corners. We'll see how aggressive the Riverhawks are in trying to get that other guy into scoring position, or if they just let Valance swing away and hope that he can drive one. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, right side through, and an RBI base hit for Valance, and then Thomas misplays it in right. Advancing to second is Valance. They send Nielsen at third. The throw will never come, and an error leads to a second run. It's now 3-2, and the Falcons still lead, tying run in scoring position. So an RBI single for Valance gives him 1 RBI. He advances to second on the error, which also scored Nielsen from first. So now it brings up Riker Voss with a chance to tie the ball game in the top of the 5th inning. Got to have a short memory if you're Thomas in right field after that one. It could be coming back at you here with Voss at the plate. Voss has flown out to the outfield twice today, once to center in the first, once to left in the 4th. 0 for 2 today, but again a chance to tie the game. Glidden is set. And here's the pitch home. Curveball, it drops low. The count is 1-0. Glidden delivers to Voss. After Voss in the order is Weston Whitaker for the junior Riverhawks. Here's the pitch. That one's hit shallow right side. Thomas, a chance to make the play, and he does. And that will end the inning. The Riverhawks get a pair, but the Falcons still lead 3-2 on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
Looking for insurance from someone who truly understands rural Klamath? Meet Gabby Haskins, a licensed agent for Country Financial, born and raised in Merrill, with deep roots in agriculture and the local way of life. Whether you're protecting your family farm, homes, vehicles, businesses, Gabby's here to help. She offers trusted, personalized insurance for farm, life, home, auto, commercial, and retirement needs at Gary Sheen's Country Financial office in Merrill. Stop by today and see why Merrill residents trust one of their own. Country Financial, here to help you experience more in Merrill.
Jacoby Takini, Ian Meyer, and Corbin Hamilton do up this half inning for the Falcons. 3, 4, and 5 in their order as they seen their lead shrink to 1 run in the top half of the 5th inning after the Riverhawks scored a pair on 1 hit in the inning. It was an RBI single from Braden Valance plus an error that allowed 2 runs to come in and score. The Falcons trying to gain some breathing room here in the bottom of the 5th, and it starts with Jacoby Takini. Falcons today, Takini today is 1 for 1. Singled in a run in the first. He was then hit by a pitch in the third. His courtesy runner, Chase Barrett, would come in and score. But Takini settles in here against Lane Graham. Here's the pitch. Misses up and away, and the count is 1-0 to Jacoby Takini. And again, Ian Meyer due up next. Jacoby this season batting .343 for the Falcons. Here's the pitch. Hits that one hard but foul off the left side. Count is 1-1. Falcons need to wait on that a little bit. They've pulled a lot of balls deep but foul, especially these right-handed hitters. You let that pitch get a little bit deeper in the zone, stays fair, and you wind up with guys on and probably, hopefully, in scoring position as well. Count is 2-1 to Takini. Here's the pitch. That one is hit high and deep to left field, but moving over is Whitaker. He makes the catch, playing deep in the gap for the first out. And that will bring up Ian Meyer here for the Falcons with 1 gone in the inning. Meyer singled in a run in the 3rd inning. He also reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st. Has a chance here against Lane Graham. The pitch. Meyer watches one miss in. Not a bad curveball there from Lane Graham. Thought he might have been able to get that one across for a strike, but a good take there by Meyer. He works ahead of Graham. And now the 1-0 pitch. Chopper towards the left side. Up with it is Whitaker, the third baseman. Off balance throw and a good stretch at first by Kirkendall gets Meyer. And there's 2 outs in the inning, bringing up Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the 1st, and he walked in the 3rd. Here he bats with nobody on and 2 outs. The pitch from Graham. Hamilton hits it foul. Count is 0-1 to Corbin. Team's 2nd leading hitter coming into play today, 4-11 on the season. 5 extra base hits, 18 singles, add up to 23 for 56 on the year. As he takes ball 1 inside, and the count is even to Corbin Hamilton. He, along with Jacoby Takini, Harley Hoblet, the only 3 guys who've played in every game this season for the Falcons, all 21 of them. A lot of guys have played in 20 and 19, but only 3 guys, Hamilton, Jacoby Takini, and Harley Hoblet, have played in all 21 this year. Count is 1-1 to Hamilton, and the pitch is lifted foul right side, but out of play it seems. Count is 1-2 to Corbin Hamilton. P.J. Safford on deck if the inning continues. Looks like the Falcons have got someone warming up out there. Looks like Ian Meyer warming up in the Falcons bullpen. Back to this at-bat with Corbin Hamilton, though it's 1-2 to Corb. And the pitch from Lane Graham is going to bounce in the turf. As it gets away from the catcher, nobody's on. So count just moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hamilton. Like I said, reached base on a walk in the 3rd, was left stranded at first in that inning. Here Hamilton hits one to right field. Near the foul line, it drifts foul, and so Hamilton will head back, still in a 2-2 count. Temperature rising up to 80 degrees. It was about 75 at first pitch on Independence Day today. Hope you're enjoying it, maybe outside or wherever you might be. Thanks for joining us today and supporting Klamath Falls Falcons baseball on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. 2-2 the count. The pitch from Graham. Hamilton chops it foul. Putting up a fight up there as Graham continues to work with the off-speed stuff against Corbin. It's what got him swinging back in the 1st inning. We'll see where he goes here again in a 2-2. The pitch. Center field. Coming in quickly is Cornnut, slides, but he can't come up with it just underneath his glove. And Hamilton comes up with a 2-out base hit, and it brings up P.J. Safford. Nice job there for Corbin, now 3 for 9 on the week. All right. Brings up P.J. Safford. Singled earlier today. He also grounded out in the second and third innings of this one. See if the Falcons can't make something of that 2-out base hit. Here's the first pitch to Safford. Line drive towards second. It short hops Baumgartner and into right field. Hamilton turns around second, heads for third. The throw is airmailed. Hamilton will stay at third. Safford advances on the throw. And so now 2 men in scoring position for Trustin Thomas. And who better to try to atone for the error in the previous half inning than a man who can bat here with 2 outs and 2 on, trying to regain those 2 that scored. So that'll be in the books as not only a single but also a throwing error from the right fielder Valance to try and get Hamilton at third, which allowed Safford to advance to second. So here is Trustin Thomas, who's 0 for 2 today. And the first pitch to him is going to be called a strike. The key here to Trustin, not try to do too much. But again, like I said, a chance to atone for the error in the previous half inning as he digs back in here. Here's the pitch. Thomas, bouncer to third, but foul. The count to Trustin is 0-2. He bats .260 on the season. And he digs back in here. Graham working out of the windup here. And the 0-2 to Trustin Thomas is looked at for a ball. Close take on the outside for Trustin. But he sticks around to see at least one more. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. On deck for the Falcons is Ty Teeters. The pitch to Thomas is taken low. 2-2. Good take there, just below the shins to Thomas. Thomas digs in again. Graham from the windup. The 2-2. Grounder to short. Up with it is the shortstop Nielsen. The throw to first is in time. And they get Thomas and keep it a 1-run ball game. It's 3-2 as we go to the top half of the 6th next on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Rob, why do you think so many families choose Subaru here?
Because they're built for real life here in Southern Oregon.
All-wheel drive, safety, and room for everything from kids to camping gear.
And we've got Subarus in stock, ready to go when you are.
Plus, we're locally owned and deeply involved in the community.
When you buy from us, you buy from a dealership that supports Klamath Falls. Stop by and say hi.
Friendly, local, and easy to work with. That's us at Klamath Falls Subaru, right on Washburn Way.
Getting set for the top half of the 6th inning today on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Happy 4th of July as we come to you live from Champion Car Wash Field of the Douglas County Baseball Association's 4th of July tournament. Check of the line score for our 2 teams today. The Falcons lead the Umpqua Junior Riverhawks 3-2. For the Falcons, 3 runs comes on 7 hits. They have committed 1 error today. For the Junior Riverhawks, 2 runs comes on 2 hits. They've committed 3 errors. And Hunter Glidden getting ready to go to work against Weston Whitaker today to lead off the 6th inning. Here's the first pitch. A bouncer right back to Glidden. Plays it on a hop. Underhand toss to Meyer. And there you go. 1 pitch and 1 out in the 6th inning. Now, Ian Meyer was getting warmed up to potentially come in and pitch in the last half inning when the Falcons were on offense. As Glidden is nearing 75 pitches. This will be pitch number 75, the first offering to Cobble Whitaker here. Pitch on the way. Curveball. Glidden uses it to get ahead, 0-1. Today, Cobble Whitaker is 1 for 2. He flew out in the second inning, and then he doubled in the fourth. Here's the pitch. That one catches the zone on the inside part. Count is 0-2. After Whitaker in the order, it is Cooper Cornnut. Here's the 0-2. Hit foul off to the right side, and the count remains 0-2. One gone, top of the sixth inning today. Whitaker on the season bats .213, but again, hit a double earlier today. He saw Glidden well. Here's the pitch in an 0-2 count. Taken upstairs, Glidden tried to go fastball after going curveball to get ahead. Upstairs with the fastball, maybe trying to get Whitaker to chase, but a good take that time by the junior Riverhawks third baseman. Here's the 1-2. Curveball, hit hard, but foul left field. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. I think we maybe got some other teams down there today cheering on the Riverhawks. They've certainly got home field advantage today. The 1-2 pitch is taken upstairs again. Glidden tried to go with that high fastball to get Whitaker, but again, he lays off. So might be trying to set up something low, maybe with an off-speed pitch. We'll see. The 2-2 goes upstairs again. 3-2. Trying to get him on that pitch. But now after the count's full, where will Glidden go? 3-2. 1 out in the inning. The pitch is going to miss up. Glidden goes to the well too many times and suffers the walk. And now we've got a meeting out there with Craig Connor coming out of the Falcons dugout. After the 1-out walk, we'll see if that winds up spelling the end for Hunter Glidden, as Ian Meyer did get warmed up, and it looks like they are bringing in some substitutions, some replacements. Chase Barrett out to left. Corbin Hamilton's going to take over at first. Ian Meyer on the bump. When we come back in the top of the sixth inning, the Riverhawks have the tying run aboard as we take a break on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations that deserve real attention. They specialize in minimally invasive procedures, helping you heal faster and get back to your life, your family, your work. And they are here for the long term, not just one visit. No referrals needed, just care that truly shows up for you. Visit heartfeltobgyn.com or call 541-205-6890. Heartfelt OBGYN. Expert care when it matters most.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
Ian Meyer, the new man on the mound for the Klamath Falls Falcons, as we continue play on in the top of the sixth inning. 3-2 our score. The Falcons lead the junior Riverhawks. Tying run aboard, though, for Umpqua. Meyer making his third appearance of the season. He's previously pitched 3 innings, allowing 2 hits and 1 unearned run. He has struck out 1 batter, has yet to walk anybody yet. Again, a small sample size for Ian. He's kind of used here in short spurts, but looking to give the Falcons some innings here at the end of a ball game at the Douglas County Baseball Association's 4th of July tournament. Other changes for the Falcons as Glidden comes out. Chase Barrett comes in. He'll take over in left field. Corbin Hamilton takes over Meyer's previous spot at first base. And so now for those keeping track, that's now a white jersey on the mound and a blue jersey in the infield. So the coordination has gone out the wayside, but I got to say the boys still look good out there in their red, white, and blue. And I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think this was Carson Sims' idea. I heard him when we were back at home at Kiger Stadium before this road trip started, talking about color coordinating the uniforms for 4th of July. So I don't know for a fact that he came up with this in its entirety, but I'm going to give him some credit. Here's the pitch. That one is going to miss in. The count is 1-0 to Cooper Cornnut. Count is a ball and a strike to Cornut, as he is 0 for 2 today, has flown out and grounded out in the second and fourth innings. Pitch on the way from Meyer. The 1-1 misses up and in. 2-1 the count to Cornut, with Callan Kirkendall due up next. Coble Whitaker is over at first. He walked, as that was Glidden's last batter faced, so that's Hunter's responsibility out there. The pitch from Meyer finds the zone on the outside part, and the count is even 2-2. Meyer predominantly fastball, slider, changeup, and even then predominantly fastball, changeup. Here's the 2-2 from Meyer, and it's a chopper in front of home plate. Meyer comes off the bump and throws to first to get the out, but in the meantime, Whitaker does advance to second on the play. And so with 2 outs, the tying run in scoring position for Callan Kirkendall.
Batter number 33, Callan Kirkendall.
Kirkendall is without an at-bat today. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. And when he was hit by a pitch in the 5th, he came around to score on the RBI single from Valance. Trying to tie up the game here, and he'd do so potentially with a base hit. Outfield comes in a few steps. They want to cut down a runner on a fly ball hit out in front of them, as Meyer falls behind on the first pitch, 1-0. Kirkendall, although he doesn't have an official at-bat today, he is 2 for 3 on the weekend with a run scored. Bats here from the left side as Meyer offers up the 1-0 pitch. It's a line drive through into left field, but again, with the Falcons playing in, they hold the runner at third. So Whitaker there, and on at first is Kirkendall after the single. Now it's going to take a base hit from today's starter for Umpqua, Lane Graham. Today at the plate, he's 0 for 2. But on the mound, he's kept the Riverhawks in this one. Graham, through 5 innings pitched, has allowed 7 hits, only 1 earned run. He's used help from his defense. He's only needed 1 strikeout to get to this point. Ground ball left side. Up with it is Tacchini. Throw to first. The Falcons stave off danger in the 6th inning. They cling on to a 1-run lead. To the bottom half we go on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Eight, 9, and 1 due up this half inning for the Klamath Falls Falcons. That's Ty Teeters, Harley Hoblet, and Carson Sims. New pitcher on the mound for the junior Riverhawks. Looks like it's Ackley Harrison, number 27 out there. I'll make the changes in my book, and then we'll introduce you to his statistics here. As Harrison takes over for Lane Graham in the bottom of the 6th inning. Harrison is making his 12th appearance of the season and his 7th in relief. He's pitched 26 1/3 previous innings, allowing 40 hits, 27 runs, although only 18 of them earned. He's walked 6 against 17 strikeouts, an ERA of 4.78 coming into play today. As digging in is Ty Teeters. We'll close the book for you on Lane Graham here in just a moment, as well as try to clue you in on any defensive changes. First pitch bounced to short. The throw is in time to get Teeters at first. 1 pitch and 1 out in the 6th. Falcons lead by a run. looking for some insurance here. Not the way you'd want to start looking for it, as it looks like no other changes for the Riverhawks as Harrison takes over for Graham, who finishes today in line for a loss. If the lead for the Falcons holds, he worked 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, walked 1, and struck out 1. The first pitch to Hoblet, I believe that missed, 1-0. Hoblet 0 for 1 today, has flown out and was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. This time, Hoblet takes a pitch down low. Count to him is 2-0. Falcons scored 1 run in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. Riverhawks scored both of their runs in the 5th inning. That's how we get to our 3-2 ball game in the bottom of the 6th. Counts 3-0 to Harley Hoblet. And the 3-0 pitch misses outside. So Hoblet going to work a 1-out walk. We go back to the top of the Falcons order for Carson Sims. Sims 2 for 3 today with a triple and an RBI. Although his triple was back in the 1st inning, he scored a run then. He had an RBI single in the 4th inning. Falcons looking for a lot from him. He's had a good weekend, and when you're searching to separate yourself a little bit from the competition, give yourself more than a 1-run advantage in the 7th, Sims is a guy you look towards. The first pitch to him is going to miss low and away. A good job by Voss to knock that one down and disallow Hoblet from advancing any further. Good speed at first in the person of Harley Hoblet as Sims steps back into the right-handed batter's box, ahead in the count, 1-0. Runner on the move. The pitch misses outside. Voss went to go throw it down and then lost it on the transfer. No throw to be made, and the Falcons have a runner in scoring position with 1 out in the inning. Sims an RBI opportunity here. Carson has 14 RBIs on the season. 2-0, runner advancing to 3rd on a steal. Sims rolls one out to shortstop, and the play is made by Nielsen. 2 outs in the inning. But again, Hoblet advances to 3rd on the ground out. And so now it's up to Colin Tacchini to try to drive that run home and extend the Falcons' lead in the 6th. Tacchini 0 for the ball game, a couple of flyouts and a ground out so far. Ackley Harrison works out of the windup and drops in a curveball against Colin Tacchini. The count is 0-1. After Colin in the order, it's Jacoby Tacchini for the Falcons. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another chance out at short for Nielsen. Up with it. The throw to first is in time. And the Falcons leave another man stranded out there in scoring position. They do carry a lead, 3-2, as we go to the top of the 7th next on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Top of the 7th, the Klamath Falls Falcons trying to close out a win today, 3-2 against the Umpqua Junior Riverhawks. It is 9-1-2 for the Junior Riverhawks. Cade Baumgartner, Tavitt Nielsen, and Braden Valance do up against Ian Meyer in this half inning. Meyer working in his 2nd inning of relief. We'll give you a look at the line score for Hunter Glidden, who, if Meyer can hang on to the lead and earn a save today, would be in line for a win. Here's the pitch. First pitch taken for a ball, 1-0. Glidden today in 5 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run, walked 3, and struck out 3. Meyer behind 1-0 against Baumgartner. Baumgartner looks to lay down a bunt and does. Right to Meyer on the bump. He throws to first in time. And there's one out in the inning. And that brings up Tavet Nielsen. Nielsen has had a good tournament, trying to get something started for the Riverhawks against Ian Meyer. The Riverhawks have, like I've said throughout this broadcast, have a pretty impressive resume coming in today. No surprise they've played the Falcons this close. As the pitch from Meyer is looked at for a ball, 1-0. Like I said, before yesterday's loss against the Armadillos, the Eugene Armadillos, they had won 9 previous games coming into that one. The 1-0 pitch is hit on a line to left, past the diving glove of Sims and into left field. Tying run on base in the top of the 7th. During that 9-game winning streak I keep alluding to for the junior Riverhawks, 2 wins stand out the most to me. And those are wins against the North Medford Mavericks, who are in the Falcons League during the Standard Legion season. By the way, here's the first pitch to Braden Valance. It's hit foul, 0-1. The Riverhawks defeated the Mavericks 11-2 and 12-2 on a doubleheader. That's impressive wins. Of course, the Falcons have defeated the Mavericks too, but by similar margins. Here's the pitch home. That one misses low. Count is even 1-1 to Valance. Oh, they called that a strike. That looked low to me, but they called that a strike. 0-2. Valance had the RBI single in the 5th inning that wound up driving home 2 runs, one on an error, as he takes a ball low, 1-2. So he got 1 RBI for his trouble as the second run scored on the error, but still putting the ball in play for Valance. Good things have happened today. He's trying to do it again with the game on the line in the 7th inning. Meyer misses well outside. 2-2, the count to Valance with Riker Voss on deck. Aside from the single earlier in the game, Valance has struck out and flown out in 2 tries. Meyer with the 2-2. The pitch is got to be called strike 3. Meyer got him looking. And there's 2 outs in the inning, bringing up Riker Voss. The Riverhawks down to their final out today, but again, the tying run on base, and Voss represents the winning run, or pardon me, the go-ahead run, I suppose, in the top of the 7th inning. Lead off of first is Nielsen, and Meyer delivers the pitch. That one is hit into left field, and no one is going to get to it. It's down. It's heading to third is Nielsen, and he is in safely with a single is Voss, and the tying run is at third. The go-ahead run is on base with 2 outs in the 7th. Barrett sold out for that one, but couldn't come up with it, just out of his reach. And now a chance to tie for Weston Whitaker, the team's second leading hitter for the Riverhawks. It's the guy they want up in this spot. Although today Whitaker is 0 for 3, he bats .374 on the season for the Riverhawks. 33 RBIs is second most on the team. And big one out there at third. The first pitch is a bouncer off the glove of Meyer, but Sims collects it anyway, throws on to first in time, and the ball game is over. The Riverhawks get the tying run to third, but they leave him there as the Falcons hold on to claim a 3-2 win against the Junior Riverhawks at the Douglas County Baseball Association's 4th of July weekend tournament. I'll step aside for 2 minutes. When we come back, I'll wrap this one up for you. 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan?
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
Final score today, the Klamath Falls Falcons with a victory over the Umpqua Junior Riverhawks 3-2. For the Falcons today, 3 runs comes on 7 hits. They committed 1 error and they left 7 runners on base today. For the Riverhawks, they scored 2 runs on 5 hits, committed 3 errors and left 8 runners on base today. The winning pitcher is Hunter Glidden, who pitched 5 1/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. The losing pitcher today is Lane Graham, who pitched 5 innings for the Riverhawks, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of them was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 1. Ian Meyer with a save in the contest today, 1 2/3 innings pitched, allowing 3 hits, no runs. He struck out 1 batter. Carson Sims finished 2 for 4 on the day with a triple and an RBI. Jacoby Tacchini was 1 for 2 today. Ian Meyer was 1 for 3 with an RBI. By the way, Jacoby also had an RBI today. P.J. Safford was 2 for 3, and Harley Hoblet was walked and scored a run today in the victory for the Klamath Falls Falcons. This win pushes the Falcons' overall record on the season to 19-3. The Riverhawks fall to 24-17-1 on the season. But a good effort for a 14U team to go toe-to-toe with the defending Oregon State champions of American Legion Single-A Baseball. They should feel proud of their effort today, despite having fell a single run short of the Falcons. The Douglas County Baseball Association's 4th of July weekend tournament continues tomorrow for the Falcons. We'll be back with you bright and early, 10 a.m. first pitch on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. If you're curious for the Junior Riverhawks, they also play tomorrow. They play at 4 o'clock against the Roseburg Pepsi. It's been a fun weekend of baseball. It's been fun to be able to be with you on Independence Day, celebrating America's 250th anniversary on MyBasin.com. The Falcons will send us home happy with a 3-2 win today. But for me, that about does it from Champion Car Wash Field this afternoon in Roseburg. Want to thank everybody who made today's broadcast possible. For the Falcons, their head coach, Mr. Sean Teeters, and all the coaching staff for the Junior Riverhawks, Brett Whitaker, Lance Whitaker, Randon Voss, as well as everybody here running the show in Roseburg, including Jake Whistler and his crew. Also want to thank our official scorer today, Mike Safford, for keeping the book straight for us. And thanks to you for joining us for another edition of Klamath Falls Falcons Baseball. We're back tomorrow at 10 a.m. to close out the weekend in Roseburg. But until then, my name is Josh Eldridge. Have a great rest of your 4th of July holiday. And so long from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg.